everybody, and welcome to Train Sim World 2, and welcome to S-Bahn Zentralschweiz, I think it is. Luzern to Zersee, or Lucerne to Zersee, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. Let's get into the front of our FLIRT train. So, there's our master key unlocked. We'll get ready to lock the doors up. Put our reverse to forwards. That automatically sets the headlights, so we don't need to do anything. Our destination is already set, I think. I mean, we can check by having a look at the PIS. That says Zersee. We'll figure it out later. Everything else, I think, we'll just press that to turn level ETCS level 1 on and reset that. Our cruise control is already set to 40. Now we just release our running brake and use a bit of power to get moving. And let's try and figure out how to get this to work. Oh, here we go. Where are we going? We're S-Bahn to Zersee, aren't we? S1, I think it is? Zurich, Erstfield, Zersee. There we go. Is that set correctly? It is set correctly. Nice. That's the first time I've done that as well. And I thought, for a bit of fun, we'll throw in a livery. So this is a Deutsche Bahn livery, because Deutsche Bahn do run some FLIRTs. Of course, this is the normal livery that they're in, the Swiss Federal Railways, SBB, CFFFS. There are a couple of them in the yard there. Quite a big yard, actually. A couple more over here. But, yeah, very nice trains. Some of the sounds are a bit questionable, but overall this is Rivet's best route so far. The signalling system works okay. It could be better. It could be a lot better. But it's fine. We should see lots of the signalling system today because we're running a stopping service, so we're stopping at all the stations, as you can see, so it should take about half an hour maybe. You see another train coming along the other way. Let's get up to the 80 limit. What else is there? So we've got the big yards around here. There's quite a lot of branch line working, except we don't have any, there's nothing to do on the branch lines. The trains, AI trains use them, and then we just got all the way up to Zersee. It's a pretty short route, so hence why it's cheaper than the normal route price, and it only comes with one loco. I think probably they're working on some more locos. The only thing I have with the only problem I have with it, and I'm sure this will be fixed with a mod pack at some point, is that it has some reused sounds from the original talent, like the original talent from Rapid Transit, and we'll hear them at the next station when we accelerate away, and I'll point them out. But yeah, they're just the only questionable things. Interesting how they've centrally mounted both the signals in the tunnels. But yeah, we'll see lots of the braking curves, and because we're running an all-stop service, we'll see lots of stuff coming and going. There we go. But yeah, overall the scenery is very nice. I mean, as you can see, there's lots of stuff going on. We're running at a pretty smooth frame rate of 90, and the interiors are modelled very well. All of this modelling is done like incredibly well. A lot of these buttons you can't really interact with. Let's turn the passenger lights on though. But yeah, you can't turn the headlights on, you can only turn them off. We'll turn them on just for a bit more running noise. But yeah, a lot of this stuff you can't interact with. Which, whatever. The other thing, if you're looking to buy this route and you don't quite know how ETCS works, as soon as ETCS beeps with you, you've got to get on the brakes. Like, because once that brake curve starts coming down, and it'll come down quick, I'm not sure if that's realistic or not, I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. Once that braking curve starts to drop, what is going on with these cars here? Once that braking curve starts to drop, it is going to drop, and if you knock 5 kilometers an hour over that braking curve, it's going to slam it into emergency brakes. That's a signal that's at yellow, So you can hear it beeps at us. I'm going to go straight into a pretty firm application to get ahead of the brake curve. And now we can come off the brake application. See, it beeps again, and our speedo, our gauge on the speedo turns yellow, and that gives us a bit of warning. So a little bit of time after the beepy beepy, and the target speed starts dropping. That'll drop down to about 0. So basically that means that you can't go above 5. And then once it gets to 0, it'll default back up to 40. But the reason why it's dropping us down speed-wise is because at the end of each platform, the platform starters are always at danger. So that's a helpful tool if you're like not very good at pulling into the end of platforms very well, is you just stay 10 kilometers an hour or so below the curve, and it will help you out a lot. But that requires you to play with ETCS turned on, and it has to be ETCS level 1. And if we drop it down to level 0, then it's no longer monitoring all of the aspects. But we can stick that back to level 1 and we can see that it is. And STM is doing no ETCS. Here's another train arriving. Try and stay on time as well, because that's the Swiss tradition. But yeah, and we won't go faster than a 40. Because that is our starting speed. Because you see these yellow boxes on the trap? They're called Euro Balizers. And basically, if you start ETCS, or if it's dropped you down to 0, and then refreshes itself up to 40, it needs to check. The way that this level 1 works, is that the Balize tells the train what the signal aspect is. So the train has no idea what the signal aspect is, so it puts you in the most restricting mode that it can, that isn't just stop. And then once it goes over its first Belize, then it'll update to have the most accurate information. Similar to Access, the speed signalling used on Metro North and the Boston Sprinter routes, the line speed limit... Oh, we need to really slow down now. Okay, so it's going to throw us into emergency, probably. No? Yeah, but it beeps at you a lot. And we might overshoot this. Hopefully not. But yeah, the platform starter's a bit further out of this platform. So that's why it's the brake curve's being a bit more generous. We'll come and make it a bit more of a comfortable stop, because that was pretty aggressive. But we're back on time again. But yeah, so if you're having trouble... sorry, it's like Access, which is the American speed signalling, that the speed limit will clock up when the front of the train passes, but if you're looking at the HUD, you've always got to stay at the lower speed. So even if the blue and white bug goes up to 85, say, and the red and white bug is still at 80, you've got to stay at 80. So you can see here that our blue and white bug is defaulted to 40. It's defaulted to 40, and you can see as soon as we pop over those yellow beacons, those yellow balizers, the line speed will pop up. So if we see these yellow beacons here, and as soon as we go over them, the speed limit will rise up. So that's how that works. Pretty simple rundown. It's a simple system, but it's a complicated one if you think about it too hard. Okay, we've got our next stop at Rottenburg-Dorf, and that's one of the branch lines going off down there. You can see now that we're going around the loop. You can see it's really, we're going further away from the station now, which is funny. But yeah, we got plenty of time going around the loop. That's the thing, that the distances to the nearest stations are based off based off as the crow flies. So you see here, we're going this way in the stations to our right. Whereas you can see, let's go brake application for ETCS now. Whereas you can also see that, you know, for this, that's going as the track flies, because these are track markers, or so it, you know, that's how it purports itself to be. Yeah, this seems like a really aggressive curve to take going this fast. But yeah, because the platform starter is like all the way out here, you can see the brake, and it's a danger, but the brake curve is only starting to drop now. So if you're following the brake curve exactly, you're going to overshoot by a mile. But you want to make sure that you've still got enough distance. Speaking of overshooting by a mile, oh, that was bloody close. Okay, and the door loading sequence, the passenger loading sequence, is very fast on these units, so you've got to be prompt on that. But we are early again. I like to start at about 50% power, and then once I get to 40, jump up to the max power, because I know that I'm going to be cruising for a while. Although it's probably gonna trip up to the full line speed when we pass these beacons, or not. There, you can hear the Talent 2 motor sound coming in there. Yeah, you can just hear it. If you open the window, you can hear it more. Yeah, hear it. So yeah, it's probably accurate-ish, but yeah, it's just bad memories. I still haven't, you know, redone the sound files for the. Yeah, let's try not to get a post in the way. Try not to get a signal gantry. No, not signal. A overhead wiring bridge. The overhead wiring's pretty funky on this route too. That's such a nerdy thing to say. You know, the overhead wiring is funky. But the really cool thing about this route is that once you get, you know, further out enough, you can get like a really great variation into the stuff that you'll find at a station. We're going to start to slow down now, just because I know that that brake curve's going to come down. So this is a main station. All of the trains stop here. But, you know, if you pick a station up here, say this station, you'll get the express trains pulling through at 160, and you'll get everything else stopping, which I think is just really nice in terms of variation. Yeah. And see, some of the lines here are electrified, some of them aren't. Often a lot of Swiss lines are electrified, but, you know, the odd siding might not be, so they still have some diesel shunters, even though officially they've got 100% of their network electrified, which is a great target, and the rest of the world should look to follow. Yeah, nice. Well, we're not really early per se, but we're not late. The game doesn't consider this a platform, but I do. You know, who cares? I've stopped on the platform as far as I'm concerned. I don't understand how they, like, put no station signs anywhere and just rely off the passengers knowing what station's which. You know what I mean? Surely that'd be confusing. Because, like, there's a station sign here. Oh, and another one here. But there's, like, nothing else. And I just think that's a bit stupid, but whatever. Clearly I'm wrong. Okay, go about half power. There's the Talent 2 motors. Alright, that shunt signal better not be for us. No. Oh, that's backwards. That I don't like. That just looks like a dwarf that's at danger. Whereas that's the correct angle. There's a cheeky route map. With some botched textures. I found a botched texture further on. Let's go full throttle. So yeah, here are some... wow, God, that must be pretty steep. These sidings here, yeah, some more diesel-only sidings. But I mean, still, half of these sidings are electrified. Which I think is pretty impressive. Where are we going? We're going this way, aren't we? Yeah. Where does that go? Or is that just like an industrial spur? Must be. We'll see it again. Yeah, so we're really out of Lucerne now. I find it amazing to see that they can sustain like quarter-hourly service on these like pretty rural lines, but you know, clearly they justify it. No, yeah, I mentioned this in the stream, but I don't really understand the whole battle steep gradients thing, because I mean, yeah, you can see the curvature of that hill, but that signal better not have been at danger, or at anything else. No, it wouldn't have been at danger because we would have ended the game by now. But well, here we go. Here's another SBB unit. The AI train seem to have a problem with their lights and destos, but I hope that gets fixed. Yeah, I don't understand the battle steep gradient thing, because yes, we're in a 1 in 91 gradient, but okay, we're going to have a brake curve starting now, so we'll slow down. But these trains have speed set that can handle that, so yeah. First level crossing of the route. There are only 2, I think. But it's dynamic. It's very much dynamic. So it should go up soon. There you go. Let's not go too fast. This is another express only station. Not express only, an express station. And then, you know, there are a couple more stops between here and Lucerne that only the local trains stop at. Try and get a nice graceful stop here because we have, or sort of have the time. Right. Stopping at Sempach, Nieuwenkirk. I assume that means like New Church something. Okay, let's not go, let's not... Yeah, so you can see this starting signal is right at the end of the platform. So if you know where the starting signals are, you can, you know, decide which ones you want to follow and which ones you don't. But yeah, that's brought us really quite close to the starting, to the stopping point, which was here, is where the H says. That's the stopping point that you're aiming for. Now these level crossings I have a problem with, because you can see that the boom gates will glitch out when it stops rendering this box. So they're rendered as a whole thing, but they're only rendering this in. And the same goes with the other ones, which I don't like. Looks a bit silly. And also these crossings don't make noise, which I especially dislike. I mean, you can see the shadow glitching out there and then the actual boom gate. But whatever. That's neither here nor there. Actually, we can leave that at full because the balise is right there, so that's going to trip up to max speed anyway. Nice. HUD on. Let me watch these boom gates come up. Hop up to 125. And in 1.3 kilometers, we can hop up to 160, which is exciting. Right, there's the 160 coming up. 500 meters now. Oh no, I said there were 2 level crossings, but there must be more. Oh, I mean, this isn't really a proper level crossing. Yeah. These are just some lights by the side of the tracks. But there we go, hopping up to 160. We're not going to have much time to slow down for... Oh no, we are. We're going to have over a kilometre and a half to slow down from 160. You know, like, this map always makes things seem closer than they really are. Because, I mean, that's 2 kilometres away, but that looks like it's only a couple hundred metres. It looks like we should be slowing down now, but we really don't have to. That's going to tell us that we do, though. Yeah. I have a brake applicator. No. Okay, so that's tripped back up to full line speed. But I know that we need to slow down. Yeah, now you can see the brake curve coming down again. Where the platform starter is, I'm not sure, but what I do know is we need to go max brake for this. We hit the platform at 60, I know we'll be fine. Okay, we'll be good. What is this funky signal? Oh, that's just a funky signal, okay. With 2 stars. Okay, we're a minute early now. That's Swiss Federal Railway's expertise for you. Have a nice, comfortable cruise in. And now that's just tripped down to 40 again, because we have stopped. Even though the starting signal's just gone up already. Right, we'll plop that down to 40. Zerzy. Nice-Luzerne. Right, and we'll get the doors set to locked. This is a lake. With no physics. Oh, it's quite a deep lake even. Quite a deep lake. There are boats on the lake. Wow, what detailed boats. Couldn't even bother to change the colour of them. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I said that, like, so many times. That is one bloody big disabled sticker. I mean, if that's the size of a car park space... Aren't they supposed to just be, like, small and inside the space? Why do they... I mean, unless they're meant to be massive, unless the car is supposed to, like, only cover a small bit of it. But, I mean, I don't know. What's it supposed to be? I don't think this is going to give us a braking curve. No. But the next signal definitely will. But the next signal's braking curve will be very, very, very steep. Because we're going to have 900 meters to stop. When's the, is there a platform starter? Oh, okay, so the platform starter's not for a while. So we've got to be quite far ahead of that brake curve. Yeah, we've got to be very proactive with this. I mean, the fact that we're still doing this good acceleration on a 1 in 100 slope. The fact of the matter is that it makes no difference whether there's steep curves or not. Okay, we're going max brake now. Yeah, see the brake curve is falling away from us a bit. I mean, now we're going like really steep down, and that's noticeable. You can see that hill. It looks like oh, it is. That's because it is a curve. Okay. Drop the brakes down slightly because we're going actually quite slow coming into this station. All right. We have sailed past the stopping point, but I don't care. Okay, we're very early now. Give the passengers a treat. Pull the speed set back down to 40. I like how these have like only the LEDs they need, which makes it look like completely random and arbitrary. Oberschreiten de Glees verboten. Schumanda de traversar ils binaris. Vietato attraversare I binari. Do not cross the railway lines. I am going to use my best friend Google Translate on these. None of that's French. Okay. Could have probably guessed that, but nothing happens. Okay, Google tells me that the Italian there reads, "It is forbidden to cross the tracks." Thank you. That was very helpful. I can take a fair guess that some of that is German. Let's have a look. I think that's the "Do not cross the tracks." What is Schumanda? I set that to detect. There's no H, is there? Corsican? Corsican? Is it really? No way is that Corsican. Yeah, it's not. Didn't think it was. Anyway, let's get our doors set to shut. Enough looking at signs. Got 500 meters floating at. Or actually, these might pop us up. We'll see if these trip back up to line speed. No? Okay, well we've got 400 meters sitting at this speed. Hope you like 40 kilometers an hour. See, this is what level 2 would fix. Because you get rid of signals. And the train knows what all of the signals are doing all the time. Because a radio... Yeah, those textures are botched. These textures are all botched jobs, but it's alright. From afar it looks fine. Right, I am ready on the speed set. That's fine, shut up. Okay, that's giving us the beepy beepies. Which is telling me that we should actually clock that one down to 140. Because that's going to start slowing us down to 140, I think. Even though I know that the signalling gets shitty around blue zone, so I'm going to start slowing down now. Oh, but we're running straight in though, so we should be fine. I'm going to pull the speed down to 60 regardless, because I know that's going to have a spasm. Yeah. Don't you dare send me into an emergency stop. See, I thought it'd get shitty, so I pulled it back. Yeah, but that signal is only halfway down the platform as well. Wouldn't know why, but clearly there's a reason. Now you can see it jumps back up to 40. That's okay though. So that's 2C. It's 2B and then 2A. Alright. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you have enjoyed the video. And let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.